Welcome to Northwest, a Unitarian Universalist congregation. I am Jim Moyer, my pronouns are he, him, and I am the worship associate for this morning's service. Our acting director of religious education, Eva Leventer, along with the Youth Programs Committee, will lead our annual service to appreciate the teachers in our religious education program. We will also host a special recognition for our former Director of Religious Education, Jan Price. Join us for refreshments and snacks after the service. Some of our children and youth are participating in this service: Oliver Kinnan, Annika Partham, and Al Variest. Also helping this morning is Susie Kinnan as Zoom host. In addition to musical responsibilities, choir director Ken Hermanot and pianist Alex Myers will be AV techs. The Northwest Singers provided music. Before we start our service today, we'd like you to greet your neighbors with a wave from wherever you are. We're going to start with the people on Zoom. So if you can, switch your Zoom view to gallery and wave to each other, and we'll be able to see you from here in the sanctuary. And now, for those in the sanctuary, turn and face that camera over there and wave to them, and they can see you then. Good morning, all.
We light this chalice for our children and youth and for us, celebrating the flame of faith lit in each of us, honoring the light each of us bring into the world, rejoicing in the community we create together.
We grieve for the people who were killed on May 14th in a community grocery store in Buffalo, New York. We grieve with their families, friends, and co-workers. We grieve with those who were there and feel both lucky and guilty that they survived while others died. We grieve with all those directly and indirectly affected, especially for those who no longer feel safe running a mundane errand, or taking a walk in their neighborhood. We grieve for our country, where racist violence is all too common, all too familiar, all too tragic, and forgotten far too quickly. A country where lethal rhetoric like replacement theory is popularized in mainstream media to turn a hefty profit and used by politicians to consolidate power at the expense of countless lives of Black and Brown people. May we strive to work on ourselves, recognize our own biases, speak up and publicly claim an anti-racist stance, and come together to end hatred and white supremacy. May we decide to become a part of the solution, however many solutions it takes.
Now we are going to watch a video of all of the beautiful accomplishments and recognizing our former DRE who was here for so many years. Anyway, we have more to say about you, Jan, but we're going to see a video about your work with us.
morning, Jan. We wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And thank you for all of your service to our community. And we really, really, really love you. And we really, really love your family. We can't wait to see you again. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful retirement. We love you, Jan. Mwah!
Jan, I just wanted to say that I wish you all the best in this next chapter of your life. You know, we've had a few chapters together. You know, there was Children's Aid Society, and then there was the babysitting, Sasha Babysitting for You chapter. There was the We Took a Vacation Together chapter. There was We've been to concerts together chapter, and we've been at Northwest UU for a long time chapter. This chapter is coming to a close, and I look forward to the next chapter of our lives together. Take care.
Hey Jan, congrats on retiring. We really appreciate the ways that you've kept us involved in church throughout the years.
We miss you and we love you and you're a great leader. We miss church. I love church.
Thanks, Jan. Take care.
Bye. Love you.
Hi, Jan. It's the Hager Henry family here to wish you a happy retirement. And James.
Thanks for always being super friendly and patient, especially with me, since I'm so well behaved.
So yes, and I definitely appreciate your patience with both of my kids, which some need more than others, but Ben would also like to say something.
I just want to thank you for all your love and joy and positivity and just bringing a whole bunch of positive life to the church.
So thank you very much. We wish you a happy retirement, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. So lots of love. Have a happy 2021. Bye.
Dear Jan, I wanted to read you a message that I wrote to you upon your retirement. Thank you for leading the children's programs at NWU for the past 22 years. You have been a solid leader, warm and very helpful. Thank you for mentoring me in the work as a Sunday school teacher that I have done. I have learned a lot about working with different groups of kids, doing fun activities with a UU theme. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Have fun with those grandkids.
Hi Jan, we were just talking at dinner, and we want you to have a retirement that is
happy, full of time spent with loved ones, freeing,
tranquil,
And beautiful with kittens and rainbows. We'll miss you, Miss Jan. Happy retirement.
So nice that the kids don't have to miss you anymore, Jan. And it was fun seeing that video that was made a year and a half ago and seeing how much the kids have grown up even since then. So Jan, thank you so much for all of your work and dedication to Northwest for all of those years. And I know I'm not the only one who appreciated your calm, open approach to everything, even challenging situations. As Kimmy said last week at her special event, you were so very welcoming to all of the youth and the family members here. And I think as a member of the Youth Programs Committee and a teacher and a parent, I can speak for us all in all of those categories when I say that through the years you made us feel heard and supported and safe. As a token of our appreciation, we have a gift for you from the congregation, something that Eva commissioned for you. Come on, Jan. I know you had a few words you wanted to share.
Ooh, now my glasses don't have to steam up. Thank you so much for this and for these beautiful gifts. I love this chalice. It's really beautiful. Thank you for this in-person acknowledgement of my years as service as DRE. It was really kind of strange retiring in December of 2020 with the church being closed and seeing many of you only online on Zoom over the years. I had originally planned to retire. I don't know if everybody knows this, but I had originally planned to retire in June of 2021. But COVID and a personal health issue conspired to influence my decision to retire earlier. Kimmy and I did get to see some of you in person when we passed out cookies and what else was it? Oh, candles for the candlelight service that December 2020 before both of us retired. It was a fitting ending, I felt, in some ways, to Kimmy's and my years of working together ever since fall of 2002. Thank you to those who planned and hosted our wonderful Zoom farewells. We did that in early 2021. We really have some very creative and adaptive people in this church. I was amazed at how nicely those the Zoom parties turned out. I miss Kimmy and working with other staff. I see Ken sitting out there. Ben and Ken and Alex and Brian, and also Joshua Berg, who was part of staff during my last year and a half. I miss working with Julie and many more of you, but I do love retirement, which I had not fully envisioned at the time. My adult children quickly figured out that I had a lot more time available to help with grandchildren. That has become my new focus and my love as I care for them about 4 afternoons a week. Although I sent thank you cards out when I retired, I could never fully thank all those who helped during 2020 as we transitioned to online programming, and to those who were able to attend and participate. I have so much appreciation for Julie Bodson, Kathy Henry, Amy Rebant, Linda Gabeski, and of course, Ben Gable and others who worked so hard to make all the transitions work. In looking back over all of my years as DRE, I give special appreciation to the parents who trusted us with their children, and to the children who taught me more than anyone. I was thrilled to hear that Eva Leventer became interim DRE, acting DRE. I had grown to love and respect her work as she volunteered often to teach our young ones, lending her knowledge, her experience in working with children, and her creative artistry. I continue to be impressed at how well our staff and board, transition and COVID and tech teams, as well as committees, have continued to offer online programming and worship. And in addition, getting back to some in-person worship and events like today, even while having continued challenges along the way. My love to all of you.
Oh, can't wait so we can get back to hugs. Well, I would like to also thank our acting director of religious education, Eva. And Eva, I asked some of the kids what what they appreciate about you, and they said, she's nice. Wait, there's more. She's kind, she's fun, and she's chill. She's chill. And I'm sure the grown-ups would say just about the same thing, maybe different words. The transition from Jan as DRE to someone new could have been challenging for the congregation, but you are such a natural fit for this role. And I think the acting DRE search committee breathed a collective sigh of relief when you said you were going to apply for the job. Eva, thank you for all of your hard work over these past few months and your positivity and your flexibility as we continue on this COVID roller coaster, and for your willingness to try something new with RE on Sundays. It's been quite the adventure so far, and we're looking forward to even more of your seemingly effortless creativity and your very down-to-earth leadership and your nice, kind, fun chillness. So we've got something for you to say thank you from all of us. Okay. Of course. It's an herb bar. Little pepper. Just look at it. I'll just look at it. Smell it. Oh. There's a little something in here too. Just for you. I'd like to invite all the children to come up to the front. Okay. Let me get in the microphone. So maybe you guys could stand in front of this table here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not right there, honey. Come this way. Come around this way. So I would like to spend a moment recognizing our teachers, our committee members, our committee chair here, and the children are going to be passing out some gifts to you. Some people are on Zoom today and they couldn't be here, so we're just going to spotlight them on the camera when we call their names. And then I'm going to do a little exercise to kind of get our sillies out. So the first person I would like to recognize is Julie. Thank you, Julie, for your time and energy into the youth program as youth programs chair. I appreciate being able to brainstorm ideas with you, learn about how to be an acting DRE, and also your input in events and programs and parties, and you're a strong asset to this program. Yeah, so Yona, will you give Julie that little box there? Right there, with the card? There. Okay. And I would now like to recognize Jill Border. Maybe Jill, you could come in. We have a gift for you. Jill has been helping with the RE program for a long time, and she transitioned with me this year, and she's been coming every week and helping. And thank you so much, Jill. We appreciate your calm and attentive presence with the kids and your direction with the youth. Thank you for your flexible throughout the year. So, yeah, go ahead. And there's a card for her too. I think it's over right there. Do I want to give it?
And now for our teachers. We would like to thank our teachers for all the contributions that you've given to us this year, for stepping up at the last minute and sharing your skills, your passion, and supporting our children in their growth. So we have Jim Gobeski. Is he here today?
I see that Linda is here, so I'm going to unmute the Gobeskis and see if they'd like to say anything.
Oh, you know what? We're just going to read the names because we don't have times for everybody to say something. So you can just spotlight them on there.
Looking. Again.
She doesn't have her camera on.
Yeah, they don't have their camera on.
Okay. How about Amy Vanson?
Amy Vanson does not appear to be online.
Okay. Mary Mueller. Will you stand? Thank you. And Colleen McKinney.
I think Colleen is here.
Yeah. And Amanda Spurrell.
Amanda is online, and she doesn't have her camera on today.
Okay. Okay. Is Mike Yanko here? Oh, there she is. Yay.
Oh.
Is Mike, yeah, Mike Yanko's over here. Mike Yanko?
Mike Yanko may be in the building. Oh, there he is.
And Julie Stitt? She here today?
Not on Zoom.
Not today. Not on Zoom. Okay. Is Joan Williams on Zoom today?
No.
No. Okay. Kateri McMullen?
Not on Zoom.
She's here.
Oh.
And we have some teen helpers this year. So our first teen helper is Elle Variest. She's right here, or they are right here. And Amelia Kinnan. Amelia's back there. Thank you, teens. You guys mean a lot to our program. And I just wanted to say that our teen helpers have helped tremendously this year, and we would really like to recognize their efforts and their skills with the youth. Yeah. We have more teens, but they don't come as much on Sunday mornings. So. YP Committee has helped this whole year guiding and supporting the children's programming here, and we would like to recognize them. And we are extremely grateful for all of your wisdom and your guidance. So our YP members are Jan Berger-Cohn, and she's also a teacher, so some of these people are teachers too. Jacob Myers. Can you see him in the back, Yona? Jim Moyer, over here. Is Kindred McKevoy, or is she on Zoom?
Not today.
No, okay. And Barbara Stevenson, I think, is on Zoom, but she doesn't have her camera on.
Oh, I didn't see her.
And Brian Partham.
Oh, yes, the Parthams are on the, oh, thank you.
Yay. Okay, so that's all the gifts that we have. So before Elle reads the story, we're actually going to have all the kids do a little exercise. You guys can face me up here. Today we're gonna soon leave the service and have our groups, but I just wanted Elle to be able to read the story that they prepared. So let's take a moment and reach up in the air. And adults, you can participate too if you want. You can even stand up. And look up at the ceiling, send those blessings up there, and then reach down to the floor. And reach up again. And pretend there's a tree full of warm, juicy fruit. And jump and get those fruits. Jump and get them, if you can.
Frogs can jump pretty high.
Frogs that jump really high. Or just reach up and get them really high there.
Oh my goodness.
And bring them down to the basket on the floor. You do this for soccer practice? That's good. Oh, that's great. How do you guys feel? A little better? Okay. So if you guys want to sit right here in front, facing the podium here, Elle's going to read.
Each person is important. Be kind in all you do. We're free to learn together. We search for what is true. All people have a voice. Build a fair and a peaceful world. We care for earth and build beloved community. Each person is important. Be kind in all you do. We're free to learn together. We search for what is true. All people have a voice. Build a fair and a peaceful world. We care for earth and build beloved community.
A Teacher Like You by Frank Murphy and Barbara Dan, illustrated by Kayla Heron. There are so many teachers in the world, teachers of every subject and style, but there's only one teacher like you. And the world needs a teacher just like you. The world needs a teacher to be loving and accepting, to be full of wonder and inspiration. I needed a teacher like you. Every day, you were happy to see us, and you always knew when I needed a hug. You read us your favorites. Together, we soared through story after story. Together, we learned to see life from new perspectives. You taught us to be creative and to be proud of how we express ourselves, the way we write our names, the way we draw our dreams and make them come true. You encouraged us to make each day a masterpiece. You practiced with us, each problem or experiment, each swing or shot, and each time I made a mistake, you reminded me I was getting smarter. Every step of the way, you reminded us to set goals and make plans, and that's how I succeeded. When life got scary, you were still there. I needed a teacher like you. With lessons that kept me focused, projects that let my imagination soar, and reminders to breathe in and out, in and out. You gave your time when you didn't have to, showing up at our games and recitals. You led us to volunteer. Watching you give back inspired us to give more. Every day, you created a safe place. You let us be curious and taught us how to ask questions. We felt confident to raise our hands. You saw my potential. I needed a teacher like you. You shared your heart and made ours grow. You listened when no one else would. You taught us to connect with each other. You guided us to accept differences and value our own. We learned to think before we speak and act. We learned we can't take back what we say and do. We learned to listen first. We learned from watching you. You taught us to be leaders. You cared, you comforted, you challenged, and you let me be me. I needed a teacher like you. You said I was smart, so I was. You said you believed in me, so I did too. You were a hero to me. And I hope you know, the world needs teachers, inspiring teachers, accepting teachers, loving teachers, teachers just like you.
Thank you, Al. Now it is time for the children to go and enjoy some food and some affinity groups in the nursery. So let's see, Oliver, would you like to carry the chalice today? Mary, can you lead the kids out? Mary and Holly?
Northwest shares 50% of our to plate collections with the City of Southfield's Emergency Needs Fund every other month throughout the year. The fund helps residents overcome personal hurdles to achieve a satisfying and productive quality of life. You can text your support to the number indicated with the amount plus plate. You can donate online and select the plate collection, or if you're here in person, you can just drop a check or some cash right in this little basket.
I get the privilege of offering up some reflections from our teachers. As a teacher myself, I can say that after reading through these, I resonate with a lot of the comments that were made. So I'll read off the name and then I'll read the comment. So the first comment is from Julie Bodson. I love to connect with the kids and watch them grow up. I learn so much from them, way more than they learn from me. It's so rewarding when the kids are excited to come to church because of the activities I led last time, or because they feel comfortable in the group. The next one's from Amanda Spurrell. I love their enthusiasm and joy. Their smiles light up my heart. I love when they share their curiosity and thoughts. I also love watching them grow as the years passed. It is an honor. Thank you. The next one's from Brian Partham. I enjoyed the enthusiasm each child brought to our weekly gatherings, virtually or in person. I liked seeing their joy in understanding something new or creating something new. This one's from Mary and Colleen. We've enjoyed getting to know the children and youth in the congregation through our teaching experience. And this one's from Joan Williams. Besides the fact that I enjoy working with children, what comes with those experiences is getting to know, on a more personal level, the parents and other family members of the children. I also get to know and make friends with other church members who volunteer. So in essence, volunteering deepens my relationship with the UU community. And then the last one I have is from Jim. I had been talking about moving to a new house. Uriah looked worried. He asked me, will you still come to this church? Big smile when I said yes. Thank you.
appreciating our teachers. We have come together today to celebrate the gifts and values of our teachers that have taught us this year and in past years. We want to deeply appreciate the time and energy our teachers have given to our children. Our cups are overflowing with gratitude for the people that have spent time preparing, facilitating, and connecting to our youth. Today is your day to shine. We show our gratitude through song, word, music, and gifts. What are some of the things our children have learned and experienced this year from our teachers? Early this year, Julie Botson led our children in a drumming circle, which we played and sang together. Jim Moyer read and performed many stories for us with his talent as a librarian. And Al Variest has assisted many weeks in the RE room, cooking and with crafting endeavors. Our teachers feel a passion and want to share what they know and their gifts. I was overhearing a conversation on a nature walk about Jim Gobeski's woodworking skills. I thought, wouldn't it be great to bring some woodworking to the children? I asked him to share his talent. At first, he was hesitant to use his power tools with children. We found a way by using popsicle sticks, cardboard, and glue guns instead. Our children have enjoyed everything from comics to crafting to cooking to gardening. Each month there's new themes, and if you have a talent, come and share it. We can find a way to make that happen. The congregation is diverse and valued family. We are multi-generational with many religions and cultural backgrounds. We bring these gifts of difference to our children. Every week, they experience a connection with members of this family. The adults get to see the children grow up. The children get to establish relationships with other adults. They look up to the teens and the adults in their lives, especially as they share passions together or connect after the service. They also get to form relationships in multiple age groups. Our teachers witnessed relationships being built between a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old. As the 4-year-old is learning to tie a ribbon or make a boat, the teenager is teaching what they know about these things. Sometimes the teens will lead a game or a 10-year-old will show up with his comic strip. These are opportunities for our children to be our teachers. Our teachers come in many shapes and sizes. One of my favorite parts of being UU is the way we celebrate and learn about different holidays and days of observance. Our teachers are actively making this happen. This year we celebrated Rosh Hashanah with a feast of fruits and challah bread. We shared a story and decorated a tent with paper fruits. We celebrated May Day by making flower crowns and dancing around the maypole. Religious education hosted 2 parties this year. Our RE volunteers contributed tremendously. Our Halloween celebration was very festive, in which people decorated their trunks and dressed up in fancy costumes. The children went to each car to get candy and treats, and we also put together a holiday tailgate party. People enjoyed soup, fires, and treats. There was cookie decorating, bird feeder making, and marshmallow roasting. Our teachers have shown up with food, cookies, drinks to our hikes at Carpenter Lake, Kensington, and Vallejo Park. Jan Berger-Cohn brought a scavenger hunt and bagels to Carpenter Lake, and we enjoyed a plant identification hike with Jake Myers. Here. In lieu of OWL this year, which was canceled because of pandemic, our teachers, Terry McMullen and Jacob Myers, facilitated a Parents as Sexuality Educators course for 10 families at Northwest and BUC. We greatly appreciate your efforts. A highlight of the RE program this year was sitting in a big circle with families and sharing about our ancestors. We lit candles for those who have passed in our lives and told stories about them. Another highlight was creating a covenant paper quilt with a few children and parents as we discussed the covenant, what covenant means to us as UUs. I would like to say a word about our previous Director of Education, Jan Price, who put 20 years into establishing this program. I was fortunate enough to work as a volunteer with Jan for 3 years before I started as acting DRE for Northwest UU. Jan works so hard to bring the best programming, events, and parties to our families. And she was so helpful orienting volunteers and helping us succeed. Her warm and welcoming presence and huge smile put us at ease, and we are incredibly grateful to you, Jan, for all that you did for Northwest. Teaching is about relationship. It's about connecting, knowing, and believing in your students. It requires confidence and energy, but also patience and introspection. It's so helpful to know your students' gifts, their struggles, and their backgrounds. We as teachers need to connect to our students first before we expect them to learn something from us. Great teachers focus not on compliance, but on connections and relationships. PJ Kaloposi. When I worked as a youth leader with Grace in Action in Detroit several years ago, we would pick the students up from school, take them in our cars to a storefront, and we would play games, eat pizza, and work on projects together. And then we would take them home. I knew their home. I met their parents. I heard many stories about their lives. Sometimes they would come just for the pizza and connection. These kids really struggled, and we provided a special space for them to relax and be themselves. Inclusion is important to our mission here at Northwest. We want all children to feel welcome and cared for here. We have neurodiverse, BIPOC, and LGBTQIA+ children that attend here. Our goal is to raise awareness and understanding of our children's needs, identities, and backgrounds. We want to center around restorative justice and healing in times of conflict. Our Peace Camp and teacher training this year will reflect our mission to be a welcoming congregation to our children and youth. How do we cultivate inclusivity? By paying attention to children's needs and desires, creating conversation and understanding instead of punishing behavior, using gender-affirming pronouns, reading multicultural, inclusive stories, and offering discussion on them and about our religious traditions. I ask our teachers and congregants to spend more time getting to know our children here. It is through knowing each other that we can create a spiritual home for our children. This year has been filled with many challenges for our community and children. There have been struggles in the church, like not having a minister yet, and struggles in the community, like the shooting at Oxford, and huge challenges to process in the world, like the war in Ukraine. Not to mention all the challenges the pandemic has provided. We are trying to make sense of it all, and we hold our children with healing energy. They come to the church with their own struggles and needs. Religious education does not begin to sum up what we are trying to accomplish as a program and community here. We want to build trust and understanding of each other's differences and commonalities. We want to exercise inclusive and restorative strategies, and we offer multi-generational experiences which cultivate a spiritual home for our children. Now, we're going to end with a hymn. The hymn is, "We Give Thanks."
Sorrow
You matter. There is no one like you, never will be again. From the birth of the earth to its outermost end, you. An eager shout, a sacred yes that moves your flesh, your bone, your breath. You. She, he, ze, they, you are whole and okay. Gracefully teaching your truth and your way. You cannot be forgotten. We cherish you so. Your voice and your hands can do more than you know. You see old things anew. You turn them and test them. Your wonder exhausts our old words to express them. You speak and lay bare all you dig up and hold, aloft from the dust of conventions grown cold. You upend every rock and pursue every glimmer and give a new name to each sparkle and shimmer. You chart out new paths, go beyond our horizons, new friendships, new stories, your hope always rising. You, welcome and wanted, whatever your skin, wherever the neighborhood you were born in. You play across fences that keep us divided. Old walls become weak where your love is ignited. You call us to kindness and questions reminding the life of our living is found in the finding. You. There is no one like you, never will be again, from the birth of the earth to its outermost end. You matter, you do. We'll keep learning with you. Now stand on our shoulders, see what you can do.
Yeah, everybody wear a mask if they go to church. Oh. And they have to do that.